In addition to cancer and heart disease, natural health offers also answers to support our immune system, essential in fighting infections. Micronutrients are very important in controlling infection at 3 crucial stages. First, micronutrients can decrease infectivity of the virus, the process when the virus enters the cell. Micronutrients can also suppress the activity, multiplication of the virus inside the cell. And another step which is very often ignored in research is the spread of viruses. And viruses, bacteria, other infectious agents use the same mechanism like cancer cell use, which is to spread, which is destroy connective tissue that surrounds them. And therefore, they can move within the tissue. So destruction of connective tissue, enzymatic digestion of connective tissue is also important in facilitating spread of infections in our body. Our studies have shown, and here is one of the area of research that we've been conducting at our institute, which is the effects of micronutrients on human flu, human influenza virus. So we were looking how the micronutrients can affect all these 3 critical stages in infections. The first one, infectivity of the virus, the ability of the virus to penetrate the cell. We were comparing the effects of the mixture of micronutrients, which we called nutrient synergy, to vitamin C, which we all know and we all use when we are having flu. And as you can see, that vitamin C has slight inhibitory effect on the infectivity of cells by the flu virus. There is about 20% inhibition of infectivity in the presence of vitamin C. However, nutrient synergy, which in this case also contains vitamin C, but smaller quantities, is much more effective inhibiting the infectivity or penetration of the virus by about 80%. The second step, multiplication of the virus inside the cell. And you can see that the synergy of micronutrients can completely stop the multiplication of the virus in infected cells. And in the third step, micronutrients were also effective in inhibiting the activity of enzymes that are essential for infectious agents to spread in the tissue. Here is the activity of those enzymes called MMP2, MMP9, and different forms of this, that micronutrients were effective in inhibiting the secretion of these enzymes, and therefore they can curb the spread of flu virus in the tissue. So what do they mean? That micronutrients in the special combinations, in the special ratios, can affect key stages of infections at the same times. Inhibit viral infectivity, multiplication inside the cell, in infected cells, and also prevent spread in the host. Our studies, again, I am referring to our website where you can find our original publications, were also effective in other infectious diseases. Bird flu, we conducted in vitro and in vivo studies showing the effectiveness of micronutrient synergy in suppression of viral replication and preventing tissue damage in infected birds. AIDS, we conducted, looked at the effectiveness of combination of micronutrients in about 900 patients that were diagnosed with HIV and had AIDS symptoms, showing reduction and reversal of all AIDS-defining and other symptoms associated with this disease. Tuberculosis, clinical studies conducted in 120 tuberculosis patients showed faster recovery and many other clinical benefits in these patients. In vivo study with ulcerative colitis showing how micronutrients are effective in protecting key organs and eliminating many symptoms of the disease. More information, we are inviting everyone to visit our research website, drrathresearch.org. I've been using the term nutrient synergy quite often, and this is the application that we pioneered as a research team, taking an advantage of mutually interacting nutrients, which through this mutual interaction, we can achieve higher biological effect than compared to individual compounds or when nutrients are combined in the random way. So in synergy means 1 + 1 is more than 2. If there is additive effect, there is always there is 2, but synergy has this enhancing effect. And this is how we formulated our programs in different types of conditions. Why nutrient synergy? First of all biological processes in our body cells are based on synergistic interaction of nutrients. So it's inherent to life. Synergy, as I presented on the previous slide, is more effective than using single nutrient or using random combination, which doesn't have this synergistic interaction. And also synergy allows to achieve higher effect, higher biological effect with moderate quantities of individual components. We don't need to take mega doses of 1 nutrient or 2 nutrients, but we can use a moderate quantities of ingredients and have much higher effect, and by that we can maintain our cellular metabolism in balance. There are many advantages of using nutrient synergy. Just one example I would like to illustrate what I just presented. We've been doing many studies with our nutrient synergy in cancer, but there were also studies that were conducted by National Institute of Health with using vitamin C in high doses in controlling cancer. So we compared how NIH study with the high doses, with mega doses of vitamin C, compare how the results of their studies compare to our studies with nutrient synergy. In our synergy combination, we have very little vitamin C, about 20 milligrams, 20-30 milligrams, given per day in a form of diet. NIH study used about 4 grams of vitamin C a day that has to be injected intravenously. What were the effects? By using high doses of vitamin C, tumor growth, the study were done on different types of cancer. Tumor growth was inhibited between 30 to 56%. In our cases, we could get 30 to 80% inhibition of tumor with lower doses of this vitamin C. When it comes to metastasis, NIH publications were not very precise. To what degree metastasis was inhibited. They indicated that we observed the effect on controlling metastasis without data. In our case, metastasis could be inhibited between 67 and 87%, depending on the tumor. And also, the NIH researchers did not evaluate the effects of vitamin C on lifespan. In our case, lifespan could be extended by about 30%. So these results illustrate what is the advantage of using synergy. Multiple targets, metabolic targets, and much higher biological effects. These were the parts that what I presented earlier relates to our research, relates to defining correct definition of therapeutic targets in order to effectively control of diseases, and substantiating the results. But another very important element in building effective healthcare system and eliminating diseases is education. Public education, which can liberate us from business with disease and open the way for health, for modern healthcare. For many decades, people have been deliberately kept illiterate about the causes of health and disease, and modern effective healthcare has to include public health education as a basis, as a foundation for achieving health. Micronutrients are essential for healthy life, and at this setting, everyone knows about it, because we know that optimum supplementation of these vital substances is the basis of health. We know it here. But majority of people in our society, in other countries, don't know about it. This truth has been known for decades. There have been 9 Nobel Prizes that have been awarded for work in vitamins. And the role of micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, has been substantiated in every textbook of biology and medicine. But this knowledge has been buried for decades and not available at schools, universities, even medical schools. But this lack of knowledge, this health illiteracy, serves its purpose. Because with lack of this knowledge, and which follows this low vitamin and mineral intake, our cells' function becomes impaired, which of course create the reason for development of many diseases, heart attacks, strokes, osteoporosis, and many other. Each of these diseases forms a market for pharmaceutical drugs. And where this investment is then put in reverse, in defining low upper limits for vitamin intake, banning health claims on vitamins. That vitamin C cures scurvy is a health claim. Public discrediting of vitamin research, and we've been experiencing this every year. And of course, attacking those who are exposing this scheme. So this is where this investment goes in order to keep this vicious circle continue. But cellular medicine, natural health, is the basis of effective healthcare through very simple measures, optimum intake of vitamins and minerals that can help with time, not today, but with time, substantially reduce the main diseases from which humanity suffers today. Of course, it will eliminate investment business with drugs, and therefore allow to build effective healthcare. How many more lives have to be sacrificed, understand that, and take control of our health? And how much longer do you want to wait before start acting? Thank you.